On the night of January 13th, 2012, at around 7:15 p.m., a huge cruise ship named Costa Concordia set sail from Civitavecchia in Italy. It was meant to be a remarkable journey, an unforgettable 7-day cruise experience from Civitavecchia to Genoa. But instead it became a nightmare. In less than 3 hours the ship left the port. Something went terribly wrong, and the ship that was twice the size of Titanic ended up being capsized in a nearby island. So what happened in those 3 hours? How did a ship so majestic and seemingly invincible meet such a fate? Let's uncover the Concordia cruise mystery to find out. Concordia cruise was like a floating city. It was packed with everything you could think of: pools, restaurants, bars, a casino, and even a gym. But just a few hours in, everything changed. At around 9:45 p.m., just as some passengers were getting ready for bed and others were enjoying their dinner, a loud, strange noise ripped through the ship. It woke people up and alerted the ones who were enjoying their night around different parts of the ship. The crew told everyone over the intercom that it was just an electrical issue, but it was much, much worse. The engine had failed. The captain of the ship was Francesco Schettino, and that night he made a risky call. You see, when a ship as big as a Concordia cruise sails past land, it has to keep a distance of 7 to 8 kilometers to avoid hitting any rocks or reefs that are common in shallow water. So, at that time, the ship was passing near a small island called Giglio. But instead of keeping a distance of at least 7 kilometers between the land and the ship, the captain left the usual route and sailed the ship too close to the island. He wanted to show off the ship near Giglio Island. For one, he thought it would be cool for the islanders to see the ship all lit up at night. And two, he had a mentor, Mario Palombo, who lived on Giglio Island. Schettino wanted to honk the ship's horn as a tribute as he sailed past the island. So, to do that, he got the ship too close to the land. In fact, it reached a point where the ship was just 150 meters away from the land. Bad idea. So what happened then? Well, he called Mario to greet him first and tell him about the tribute he would be giving. And guess what? He found out that Mario wasn't even on the island that night. But it was too late. The damage had been done. The water was shallow and the ship was moving fast. It was dark and they couldn't see the dangerous route. Right after their call, that's when the ship hit something. There were big rocks hidden under the water. A huge gash, 70 meters long to be exact, tore into the ship's hull. The ship was so close to the island, and now it was taking in water fast. Things got pretty scary. The ship started leaning to one side. The furniture, the gear, the people, everyone started sliding on the leaning side. The crew tried to get the emergency generator going, but no luck. They could not start it. Meanwhile, Schettino was telling passengers it was just a blackout. He did not want to admit his mistake. But it was clear to everyone this was way more serious. Schettino then thought, if we're going down, better near the island than in deep water. In clear words, he wanted a chance to swim to the land. But getting over 4,000 people in time? It was nearly impossible. But Schettino still made the call. Instead of first alarming the Coast Guard or radio operator or asking for help, he turned the ship around. But now it started leaning the other way. When Schettino realized that nothing could be done now, he finally admitted they were in trouble. It was 10:22 p.m. He wasted 37 precious minutes that could have been used to call for help and rescue people. The passengers were freaking out already and calling for help. By 10:33 p.m. they finally told everyone to get ready to leave the ship. The ship was tilting more and more. At 10:54 p.m., Schettino gave the order to abandon the ship. And could you imagine who was the first person to leave the ship? Yes, Schettino, the man who was responsible for it all. He just left everyone and headed for the island in a lifeboat. Giglio Island isn't big, only about 700 people live there. But that night, people came out to help. The deputy mayor, Mario Pellegrini, didn't think twice. He hopped on a lifeboat to rescue people. The Italian Coast Guard and Rescue Services boats had also arrived by then. Lucky for them, they managed to rescue most people, but some were still stuck inside. The people of Giglio were amazing, though. They opened their homes to the survivors. The schools and churches became shelters. By morning, the ship was a total mess, leaning way over. Divers had to pull people out of the ship. Some people were stuck in their cabins, trapped by the water. The rescue went on for 2.5 weeks. In the end, 32 people couldn't make it, and it was evident that the ship was a total loss now. It cost nearly 800 million just to deal with the wreck and over $1 billion to move it. The cruise company gave their money back to the survivors and paid the families of those who were lost. The whole thing cost them about $2 billion. All this a direct result of a mistake by Captain Schettino. So what happened to him? Captain Schettino ended up in jail for 16 years. He made one bad call to show off, and it cost too many people too much. So he got his well-deserved punishment. So guys, this was the tragic story of Concordia cruise. How do you think such incidents could be avoided? Share your opinions with us in the comments below, and before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more shocking stories. Thanks for watching. Until next time.